Hey kids, welcome back to Honestville. Depending on where you're watching this from, it will probably be either New Year's Day or the 2nd of January, so Happy New Year's. And yeah, let's just dive in. So the last week's Twitch stream was on Monday was like a little bit of a shit show. I spent a long time trying to fix up the highway network and build things like that, and I didn't end up getting it done during the Twitch stream. So I did it off screen and I'm going to show you that. Before we get started though with that, we do have a couple of name recommendations. So Jean-Claude Deal recommended that I name an industrial neighborhood near Broomfield Park, the Dustpan, which I think is hilarious, because this is kind of a neighborhood that was formerly industrial and kind of got, cleaned up. So we'll call this the Dustpan, I think, somewhere. Yeah, this neighborhood here, I think. Kind of this whole West End area, and I have a feeling that this may end up getting rezoned residential eventually too. So I think that's fantastic. We also have a naming recommendation from Terminator 12386, which is for a car dealership or some kind of commercial thing that could plausibly sell cars. I'm gonna look for some sort of low wealth commercial here. Not sure if I have very much actually in this tile. Family Game Center. Get some really. Maybe I'll wait until we get a really cheap one developed somewhere. Perhaps near the industrial area, I can get one to develop. Do I have any demands? Not very much, but a little bit. See if there's any. I'm just going to zone some now, and then when we get a cheap one, we will make it historical. Like maybe in back of the stadium here, we can kind of coax one into existence. Grab some. Actually, we'll go to the medium density. And then I have some stuff I'm going to show you, which we did in the stream archive. Actually, it's kind of dumb. I have some stuff I'll show you that we did in the stream archive as well. The highways in the region are kind of working a lot better now. Well, this is like a flea market. You know what? We'll take this one. It's small, but it could be kind of a junky little car dealership, and it's going to be called Rob's Red Hot Rod Shop. I think that's hilarious. Endlessly riffing on the name of this channel in terms of naming businesses and stuff. It's definitely going to be a running theme in these series. So let me just show you what I've done. There's some stuff in Northward here, and there's some stuff next door as well. So first off, you may have noticed there's kind of a suburban area up here. But what I did essentially was I fixed up this highway here. It was a bit of a mess. It sort of ended abruptly there, and so now it kind of has these exit ramps that come off of it, and then it actually turns into an avenue, and the avenue was extended all the way down here. So that works. There was also kind of an extra avenue here that was sort of unnecessary, and I replaced it with just a regular road connection to kind of encourage people to use the highway. The highway neighbor connection seems to be working. We've got a little tourist trap here. I think I placed that as well during the Twitch stream, which, by the way, for those of you who aren't aware, every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time there's a Twitch stream, so check it out. I will be working on this city during those streams as well. The stream archive video is also posted, so if you look at, I think it's stream archive number 2, you can sort of see what I did. But I also took this avenue here. I made a bunch of connections under this rail line. This avenue here goes up into a kind of suburban area here along this ridge, which I'm quite happy with. I'm sure we'll do some work with maybe putting some trees, and probably might need a school up here. No, it looks like I built a school, but we'll probably build some parks and stuff up here. I'm not going to extend this suburb for now into this corner. I'm going to kind of leave this corner empty for the time being, but we will eventually extend that. And then this is sort of getting ready to move on to the neighborhood next door. There was also a big trash complex here that got demolished. And the industry in this tile has been gradually moving, well, north, I guess, trying to get a little bit more high-tech industry closer into the residential areas. Now that this port is completely developed, I think we'll have another port terminal possibly in the next tile over, because this port is now not getting used as much as it used to, mostly because there's some good road connections off the map. But yeah, so you can see kind of laid the groundwork for connecting all this stuff up to other tiles. You know, while I'm here, I think we're gonna have to have this be a road connection. We're going to need another road connection here to the neighboring tile. I don't think we're going to be going into that tile yet, but oops, what happened here? Need to fix this up here, and then we're going to go next door and take a look at that. And I think we're going to be working in the next tile over. We'll see, we'll see. I do have ideas. Right, let me just throw down a few bus stops. There we go. Yeah, so the rail is looking a lot tidier out here, and we've got all of these, I hope that's actually done properly here. Yep, got all these flups running under. I was hoping to get a tunnel going, but it didn't end up working, so we've got these sort of flups running up here. And this is going to be kind of a low-density suburban area, kind of an extension of the neighboring tiles' hilly suburban area. And yeah, Northward is looking pretty filled out for the time being anyway. We end up doing some rezoning, I think. Some rezoning in the next little while, but I think we're gonna hold off on that for now. Got some rail stations, we've got this highway connection here. And I'll show you the rest of that segment of the highway network which we've been working on. I think we're gonna be building along that as well, trying to fill out some of these areas. So essentially, we've got Northeast Ward here, and you can see this highway connects up here. This is pretty much ready to go. Southeast Ward is pretty much ready to go. We will have to be doing some work in this tile here eventually. I think there's going to be a highway that kind of goes down here, and there's going to be a highway that sort of goes out this way somewhere. And then obviously this highway will kind of continue over here. So we're going to have this sort of radial highway system around this sort of loop ring road. So that'll be interesting. Let's go to Northeast Ward and take a look at this Y interchange, which I really struggled with, partly because I keep insisting on fitting these highway interchanges into very tight areas. So I did some interesting stuff off screen when I left it last on the stream. It was really it was falling apart. It was not working. I couldn't get it to fit, and I had to sort of carve out this huge area here. We'll continue to sort of tidy this up and stuff, but I did some cool things. So basically, I mean, this loop here is a little bit ridiculous. Unfortunately, I was not able to fit flyovers in here, so I made this kind of like wide loop here, which I think looks kind of okay anyway. Probably some stuff I can flatten out a bit here, like maybe here. Ooh, that just made it a lot worse. Okay, let's not muck with this. It did take me a while to get this going. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, well now I'm gonna have to fix that, but I should not have even tried. But I'll, you know, I've been kind of leveling out portions of it. Like this neighborhood connection had this very sudden drop and stuff, and now it's been fixed. This I might be able to straighten this out a bit, although it's probably gonna just stay like that for now. But it's kind of cool because I managed to get some like a road bridge to go over here, and actually a tunnel under this off ramp. So that's going to connect up and allow us to extend the sort of suburban area we had going up in these hills here. It's going to allow us to continue to extend that west along this ridge in these hills. And we can actually build maybe a little bit of industry in here, right sort of in up against the highway. So anyway, I think it's going to be kind of interesting. I think this now should be I'm gonna have to take a look at that. This is supposed to be actually a road, I think. Let me just, I'm gonna just do this now so I don't forget. Has been a few days since I went into this file. Been kind of taking it easy over the holidays, but I think that should be the correct location. It's just not necessary to have an avenue there. Can connect this avenue up properly. Or not. Oh, I guess it's because of the neighbor connection. That's okay. I'll figure that out after. But yeah. So we'll do some suburban development up here, and I think we're going to work over here as well. I did a little bit of work as well on just kind of leveling out some of these interchanges. We've got a road running under the highway there. And this interchange, you know, there's lots of good connections. This I leveled out. This was a real big mess, this whole segment here, and it's still a bit messy here. I may do a little bit more work on this interchange, on this exit system, to try and sort of level things out. I am gonna kind of iron out these lumps, so to speak. But I got like a nice bridge going over here, and this bridge here. So anyway, I think it's got some potential, and I've managed to do that without kind of completely demolishing and flattening all the terrain. So it's kind of neat. The red hot highway is looking better and better. Probably want another bridge going over here, and maybe even another neighbor connection on one of these roads. Kind of connect this up maybe here or something. But we're not going to do that right now. What we are going to do, however, is hopefully I can actually quickly fix up an interchange here. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, so it may not be the prettiest thing ever, but we will fix it either in the stream archive, or I'll do it off screen, depending on what seems to be a better idea. And this one is going to be kind of similar to, we'll have two ramps here. In fact, why don't we just, I've been finding this easier if we just delete and we do the ramp systems kind of, we might even be able to use one of these quick changes, actually. I'm not sure. Do these work with level 1 RHW? I don't know which one these work with, but we might be able to get them to work. Might be a more efficient way to do things. I think it will. Let's just take a look here. Possibly not. Just see here. Not sure if I can kind of coax this into being the right kind of highway here. That should work, right? Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not liking that. That's fine. So I'll use a flex height ramp instead. We're not going to be using 2 lanes, so it should be a little bit easier to do here. This one should work. RHW6S. Yep. So I'm going to try and stick it here and just test out to see how much room this flex height ramp needs. And we can probably afford to go a little bit closer in. Ooh, except the highway has to cross over. That's okay. Should be fine. So, back this up a bit here. Yeah, I've been finding it a lot better if you, rather than try and place these over top of the existing highway, if you just place them like this, like that, that makes it a lot easier. So, I'm getting better and better every time. It's interesting, you know, some of you, I mean, I make the tutorials for this game and stuff like that, and some of you watching the Twitch stream may be a little bit surprised by how much I struggle with this stuff. I mean, it is kind of challenging, and it's hard to sort of be a total expert at every aspect of the network Addon Mod, but I'm getting faster and faster every episode we do, basically, at this point. So it's kind of it has been interesting. Has been useful for that. Useful for me anyway, to do these episodes and to revisit some of the... Uh-oh. Come on now. Interesting. Okay, let's just see if I can coax this into behaving properly. Let's just do that. I don't think it likes neighboring those. Make sure I'm using the right piece here. There we go. There we go. I don't think it liked being right beside that those intersections there. So we do have some space here. It might be easier to just make this a tight little interchange, kind of symmetrical. So we might want to jog this highway over if possible. In fact, I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna delete this, being careful not to delete this ramp system here. And we'll just, we'll make it fit. So, with that in mind, we're going to need more flex height ramps here. Like that. I think that's roughly symmetrical to the other configuration. And we're going to need these ramps. It was D1. Not sure. Probably there. There. That'd be a bit weird to get those to work. Oh no, that's in the wrong spot. This one is in the wrong spot. Yeah, so I don't always do highway stuff in the YouTube videos, and I don't always do highway stuff in the. I usually do a bit of it in the Twitch streams. But, you know, it's just going to be a variety of things depending on whether I'm on Twitch or YouTube, and we're going to try and get this city, you know, built up to a critical mass a little bit quicker by doing more work in both formats, live stream or... Can I fit this in here? Really hope this will work. Looks good. It looked good. I might have to redo this one. Be fine. Might be able to get this closer in. Or I might have to do this whole curve earlier. Yeah, let's back this up here. See if I can get this to curve a little bit tighter in. Yep. Okay. Fix this side, and we're going to figure out what to do with the other side. Something different needs to happen here. We might do a different ramp, or oh, we can just try this again. Really not liking that. One thing we can do, perhaps, is just actually shift this whole part over. I don't really mind having a little bit of a median here. And yeah, that's fine. Oh, but it's already, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. See if we can, one thing I could also do is maybe move this whole corner here. Yeah. I want to keep this so I don't have to do another starter piece. And we'll see. Oh dear. That's not good. By oh dear, I mean fuck. Thank you. Right. I've also found it quite useful. This might be a useful trick for some of you guys. I've also found it quite useful to kind of get rid of those starter pieces once they're in place. Using this tool here. Like I put a starter piece somewhere in there, so it's kind of a good idea to, I think, just delete them because they can cause all sorts of problems if you just sort of leave them there. This should give us a lot more space to do this configuration on the other side here. Let's just place the ramp again, and then we're going to do some building for sure. But we're finally, you know, it's really at this point developing this area on the edge of the downtown area of the city. Is really, you know, there's a reason we've been doing sort of jumping back and forth and working on all of these highway interchanges in this kind of denser area of the city. You have got to be kidding me. Okay, this is just, I don't know why it's struggling so much to make this corner. Always a problem. Really does not, the elevated highway really does not handle corners very well. So we're gonna have to leave a gap, I think. I don't know if that will work still. I might have to place another one of those. We should have lots of room to make a curve here. Could try using a curved piece. There we go. That's gonna work. There we go. Thank God. Right now we place a height ramp. We get another one of these. Fairly simple exit systems. Fairly low capacity highways overall, although the city doesn't really need high capacity highway for the time being. But this should be useful. Might not have been strictly necessary to put that other exit ramp there, but I think it's probably worthwhile. And I think I need to do a neighbor connection thing there. But we are going to be going over to this tile, I think, next episode. So let's build one more. Let's build one more kind of neighborhood out here. Yeah, we'll just run this avenue straight out. We'll look at the road network, see what else. Got another. I might want to put an underpass there. Need to extend this out all the way over here. That's kind of neat. Yeah, that's not so bad. Oh, it kind of separates out there in a weird way, but that's okay. We should be able to easily run a street grid underneath this as well. So, in fact, let's grab a road. Well, we're just going to make a standard grid here. I think this might be kind of an industrial area. I don't know what the demand is looking like. Yeah, we've got lots of demand for high-tech industry. Fill this out. I've also been thinking about running more road connections between neighboring cities. This should probably actually be, hopefully this won't screw things up. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, that should be a road. Yeah, I'm going to be making more neighbor connections soon. In fact, it may be that there aren't that many streets in the sort of central. Can that work? That's really risky. I'm actually going to drop a save. I really don't want to redo this. But if I can run a street under that, even these weird angled ones, it would be ideal. If not, I'm shocked that worked without breaking something. That's I mean, it's good news, but I'm actually shocked that didn't cause a problem. Some nice big factories here. It'd be kind of a shame to delete them. Just gonna build around them. Kind of cool. Yeah, the linear highways that run outward from the city are going to be kind of like the rail lines. They're going to be a lot easier to develop. That should probably be... yeah, let's make this a road. we're gonna have to see. Honestville Central is gonna have a little bit of disruption along its edges there in terms of new road connections. We'll see what that looks like when we next head over there. It may not be a bad idea to pop into Honestville Central, but now that we have this roads network done for this area, we do need to some extra roads in here. Don't mind if the street grid in this part of the city is a little bit less. Probably make some kind of roundabout there. And go. Yeah, I think we will start by just zoning a little bit of industry. Never hurts. But I'm just gonna do that. Put down some bus stops. Got 2 avenues running here. It's a little bit pointless. But I guess, yeah, that's interesting. We'll see. I might try and figure out maybe a network widening mod thing. It may take up a little bit less space rather than having the two avenues run parallel so close together like that. Not sure that that quite makes sense. I just noticed it now, actually, strangely. Got 2 avenues and a highway running along the sort of east-west. I can't even tell. I get so confused. I think it might actually be north-south, right? Yeah, it's north-south. Yeah, I get confused in terms of cardinal directions when we get into these tiles and start flipping them around and stuff. A little bit overkill on the bus stops, but oh shit, that's bad. That, I think, might have been our power connection, but it should be okay if that one's still there, right? Really hope so, otherwise we might have a minor disaster here. Let's see, one more. And yeah, I think we are going to pop out before I do too much zoning. I'm going to zone the industry, just kind of near the highway here. Bus stop in here. There's not going to be any rail in this area, so this area here might actually kind of get a little bit more suburban. This might actually be more of a suburban area. We shall see, we shall see. This area will be higher density because it's right in close to the central city. I do kind of want to go to the central city though and see if we get any office developments. Let's just extend out our water network here. Go. For now. Definitely have some more demand. Some here as well. Good measure. Good. Let's pop out to Plantation Base Central, just the regional view as well, to take a look at what's kind of going on with the road network here, and what the general shape of the city is looking like, in terms of where I want to, this may be, like I said, sort of a suburban area. There's that prison should probably be moved as well. Good. Starting to get a more natural sort of suburban area along the edge, for sure. So yeah, we'll be extending the medium density residential kind of to the edge of the highway, and then I think we'll keep going with the lower density stuff along these rail lines. We're going to do higher density developments for sure. at least out to the sort of middle of the tile there. The city will kind of snake out and then have lower density stuff around the sort of fringe of the city. Let's take a look at Honestville Central. I want to see if there's any demand for offices. Some of you will have noticed, I've mentioned it a few times, I am taxing office development in the surrounding tiles, because I really do want to get a big office district going here in terms of zone, and we're starting to, for sure. In fact, let's put in some of the other building type as well to get some variety going. Let's just take a look at the zoning map here. I'm kind of hoping to... It's looking pretty good. Sort of high density commercial in this area. Put it near the train station, that's the idea. See if we get... Looks like we do have some demand. Gotta remember to go into the middle city and use that up. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. See if we need to actually zone any. I'm going to be expanding the office district in this tile in the central areas, especially near the train station. Holy shit. Wow. Well, I don't think we need to actually... we're getting a lot of the same kind of building here, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I think we actually need to zone too much. A little bit. Take a look here. I think within kind of spitting distance of the train station, because that train station actually has a slight boost towards office development, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has a desirability effect. Don't really want any more residential in this tile. It's got a pretty high density. Okay, where did all those neighbor connections come out? Interesting. I thought there would be more. I didn't forget to save or something. Not seeing them. Ah, there's one. Okay, they must be a little bit more over here. I could have sworn I put a few more neighbor connections kind of over here, but it's not looking. I'm not seeing them. That's okay. We'll double check. I'm not too worried about that for the time being. Definitely, this area will be developed soon. I think this whole corner area, but I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be kind of more residential, but we want to expand the commercial areas. Office to develop. That's a little bit. It's a little bit insane how many of these towers there are. I'll just delete a couple. See what happens. The demand should spike right up because those are actually quite a lot of jobs when you delete them. Could also that for now. Different buildings going up. That's a cool one. I like that. Sort of mid-century style building there. Looks like the office demand is mostly being used up. I really want to wait until it's totally gone though. Take a look at traffic and stuff as well. I think we are missing some. I think I haven't fixed all the neighbor connections in the city, the highway neighbor connections, but it's not a big deal because they're not actually serving much of a purpose for the time being. So I'm going to be developing the west end of the city, like these tiles around here, a lot soon. A little bit along this stretch here, kind of near this square. have actually screwed that up. Do that for now. We may actually start taxing the low-income commercial in this tile. I really want to get rid of that office demand. Let's take a look at desirability here. It should be pretty evenly everywhere, yeah. Just a little bit of the industrial areas and the power plant where they don't want to build. At this point, the city pretty much has everything it needs to encourage that kind of development. Okay, that's looking good. Curious what this is pointing to. Still up here, eh? Yeah, just there's going to be these areas up here. I think there's going to be some kind of subway at some points. Not yet, though. Not yet. Probably delete a bunch of these mansions. See if we can get some. This was I think a byproduct of me having zoned this initially low density. Let's just rezone this. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and I keep forgetting. Doesn't really make sense to have that sort of mansion district in here. Not in my opinion, anyway. Sort of in the middle of the downtown area like that. For now, we'll get a little bit higher density, but like I said, I'm going to be increasingly rezoning the residential areas in this tile to commercial, and have a big sort of downtown area. Time being, they do seem to be still developing fairly high density, and we don't have a lot of residential demand actually. Just kind of curious. We may have to lower some taxes like we did with Plantation Bay, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to leave that like that for now. We are going to pop back over to the other region and take a look at what our demand is looking like now that all those offices have gone up. I think we'll probably have some more residential demands. We can see we're starting to get, as soon as we start getting traffic along these westbound neighbor connections, I think we're gonna start to see more. We're gonna get some more office development and get some busy traffic running along some of the West End roads here. I think it's gonna make a big difference for the region. So it is a priority now to be filling in these areas as much as possible. Do some parks and stuff in this region as well. In this city tile, we'll be taking up more space with sort of green space, so it is something we'll do aside from that central park that I already built. So let's just see the 200,000 commercial jobs in the downtown area. Yeah, we're gonna go back over here though. Oh right, of course there's no neighbor connections here. The neighbor connections were here. God, see, I wasn't even looking at the right part of the map. That's ridiculous. Somebody probably noticed that while I was doing it. Anyway, I'll look at those neighbor connections off screen probably. We got a little bit more residential demand for sure. Yeah, that's helped a lot with the offices. Just kind of replenish some of that demand for sure. Put this in here. Make sure that I don't delete the power connection. There we go. just fill all this in, and I'll do a little bit of suburban development before we wrap up this episode, for sure. There we go. Let's just double check education, make sure we at least have primary education here. I'll just put it right here, actually. Completely insatiable demand for high-tech industry, for sure. Start a little row of lower density residential here. Let the clock run while I zone here so that we can watch this build up. And I don't know, I'm not exactly sure what sort of design we're going to go for in terms of street designs. What happened here? In terms of street designs for this, I guess, this sort of eastern part of the board here. I almost don't want to touch it for now. Get the basic profile. It is a large flat area, so it would kind of make sense to have a big grid kind of spread over it. But we should come up with an interesting plan of sorts. There's not going to be a highway or rail. There may eventually be some kind of like elevated train. Could be interesting to do a tramway, actually. So a few people have been asking me questions about the tramway, and I think that might actually be one interesting way to do a sort of lower density development down here. Maybe along this road here, could have a tramway. Figure out where the nearest train station is. Because we've got this sort of hilly suburb here, which is going to expand all the way to the edge. In fact, we're going to zone this before we finish. We're going to zone that area. But I think it'd be cool to maybe have a little tramway line running along a road in this sort of flatter area of the ward. Maybe with just a little bit of a higher density, medium density residential, and then mostly big flat area of lower density, maybe some parkland and stuff like that. I think that could be really interesting. But the highway is getting sort of nicely filled in here. I'm gonna do a little bit of work here off screen, but I would like to zone this area here. If we're getting any traffic on this, I'm not sure. Probably not, because it doesn't really lead anywhere for the time being. It leads to this Mount Ozark tile next door, which is something we'll be developing soon as well, I think. Stick some... Actually, this is not a good way to do this. Here, we go like this. Stick some high-tech industry in here. Bus stop. And I think we could do a similar thing. And on the edge here. Hoping this would flatten out. Just not zone too close to the highway there. See what that does. This is a bit of a mess, this little stubby avenue there, but that's okay. Probably need to make some kind of road connection here. Just do it. I might as well use this space. A little bit weird because I'm not sure where it's going to connect to, but shall see. Leave a tile of space between development and the highway. Trying to get into the practice of doing that a little bit more. I'm not zoning right up to the highway like I have a few times. I wonder if that'll develop without any real connection. Interesting to see. Not sure I like that. What's going on here? Oh, that's okay. Actually, the lane is not covered by the hill. That's the only thing I'm worried about there. I did fill in some of this with trees already. Make sure we've got water in this corner. And I think we're going to do a bit of commercial as well. There. Yeah, I put some God mode trees in this little loop area here. We'll probably do a bit more of that as well. No, this is not God mode trees. Oh, you know what? I better leave that for now because I need to fix that in here. Go. They need to do any dividing walls for the time being. I don't really bother to do them for industrial areas. I do them more for the residential areas that are right up against the highway. I think the like here, there probably should be one. I need to put some kind of, I think I need power, actually, for some reason. That's not connected, even though it's only about 3 tiles away. 4 tiles, I think. I guess it is actually just basically too far. Actually, this doesn't need to be zoned either. Trying to use up as much of that demand as possible. Let's do some commercial. Be hitting 500k for the region soon. I'm not sure if we have yet. Check on that. So this can be commercial. Sure. That looks like we're running out of water. Yep. And just go for one of those large water pumps. We can afford it. You know what I'm going to do actually is put it... I'm quite liking putting these water pumps like in the middle of the highway. Simply because there's not much else we can put in there. And it doesn't actually need road connection. There we go. Kind of neat. Have some utilities in there. We can imagine that there's some kind of small service road that we can't see that actually goes out to it. But in the game it doesn't need road connection, so why not actually put some stuff in there? Take a look at traffic one more time, throw some more commercial down. Along here. And yeah, so I think that's a pretty good plan for the region. We'll have a tramway suburb probably along this road here. Why don't I just start that now? I'm not going to finish it because it is going to take a while, but I'll start it now just to sort of mark it so that I don't forget. I don't forget to do it. The jail is going to need to be replaced. I'm just going to stick one. It's cool to have a jail up the hills up here. Let's just do that for now. If any of this is actually connected by power, we can do that as well. That. And yeah, I can show you very briefly the what they call the GLR. We haven't done any of this in any of the videos I've made for this channel. If I can find it. Oh, it's in mass transit. Yeah, it's right up at the top up here. Draggable ground light rail. Now, what I would like is the tram in street, or tram in road, I guess. Along this one. Yeah, I think that's what's going to make sense. Not sure why there is, why that's there. Tram on roads. Tram Avenue. Should be this one. Should be a starter piece. It should be draggable. No, these are transition pieces. Just trying to remember. It's been a long time since I've done this. Draggable. No, I don't think it's in here. There are some cool loops though. I do want to use those like starting loops and stuff. Just if I'm going to use Tramway, it's going to be on a road. It's not going to be just you know, ground light rail. Tram and road. There we go. Tram in road straight piece. Oh, these aren't draggable, are they? Disappointing. I swear there was a draggable tram in road. Might be a starter piece in there somewhere. Draggable ground light rail tram additional styles. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like it's sort of on a ped mall tile of sorts. Pedestrian mall. So the last thing I want to be doing is just placing these one by one here. But I will for now. And I know this doesn't quite make sense yet, as it is. There is a way. I'm pretty sure there's a draggable piece here. But let's just kind of plot this out. And I will do the nitpicky work probably on the Twitch stream this coming Monday. Can I? Oh yeah, I'm going to have to do all the intersections manually if I do it this way. Yeah, I'm going to have to break them. God, there must be a way to... must be a starter piece somewhere. But I'll find it. For the time being, I really do just want to I want to plot this out. I think it'd be really interesting. There are more efficient ways of doing this for sure. But yeah, so we've got all these pieces here. Plenty of options. And it's actually not the worst idea to build it the way, build it just piece by piece like this. All these intersections we'll be putting in. Transition to avenue and stuff like that. Boy, there's a lot of puzzle pieces for this one. It's been a while since I've done one. And I'm just kind of looking at them for now. The different pieces. But I think we'll have a fairly simple straight line. And it's kind of neat because you know you can run bus and tram on it. The only thing though is that you cannot. The only thing that you cannot do is develop. You cannot have zones facing it. You see, like when I hit the Alt key or anything, it will not. The zones will not face it, and they will not develop. This is not something you can have zones facing. So that's a really big hassle, which is why you want a big empty area like this, and you want to sort of build it. You want to kind of build it, and ooh, it's going to be tricky to run it under this. We may have to build a sort of subway type thing, or maybe it'll curve out here, and we'll see. I may have to actually go elevated and then subway to go under the highway here. Not a big fan of the idea of trying to run the light rail under that, but we will find a way. We will find a way. Or the line. It's possible that the line will simply end here. We'll see. We'll see. Could also have the line actually meet up with this rail. Could be an interesting way to do things. But I definitely like the idea of having a kind of tramway-based neighborhood in this area. We'll extend it out further, but we'll think about where we want to go with it. That's interesting. What's that rail doing there? Did I delete? Oh, that's right. Let me just let me draw that out again. So either next episode or on the Monday stream, this coming Monday, we will build that tram neighborhood. I'll show you what I've done regardless, whether I've built it on screen, off screen, or during these, probably doing it during the live stream. And we'll be going back and forth like that between Twitch and YouTube. So that's it for today. Just a fairly quiet episode in a certain sense, but we've got the potential for some more suburban development up here as well, along this ridge. Got the roadway connections. Sort out this little roadway connection there, and some of the other neighbor connections along the edge. Just kind of working along the edge of the city like this, continuing to expand it. And yeah, we're going to be going into this tile as well, I think, as soon as possible. Continuing to expand along the edges of the central city. So, thanks for watching, and remember to check out the Twitch stream Monday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe to the channel, like the videos if you want to see more. See you next time. Ciao.